We got another really cool video for you today. We're going to check out some attachments for anything you would need to decorate your airsoft replicas. And these were sent to me kindly just to share my opinion and sponsored with no restrictions from a company known as StealthRidge. And when they reached out, they mentioned to me that a couple of these are their designs that they make, and then a couple of them are also from a partner company or a partner that works and designs out of the Netherlands. I believe any of the cans are their Netherlands partners, and then any of the grips and stuff and mounts are going to be from them. They asked if I want to take a look at a couple specific things on their website, and then asked if I could pick up a few of the things that I wanted to look at, and I said, yeah, absolutely, because I'm always looking for more attachments. So that's really cool. All of these aren't going to fit on the PubiixCubez from WeldPro, but I figure we'll bring that out. That's my cat screaming because it's always hungry. I literally just fed her. And if any of them can't fit on like some of the M-Lock grips, we'll just grab a different replica to throw it on, but we'll just take a look. It looks like we've got a bunch of stuff. This was one that I was really excited about. I reached out and wanted to check it out. This is the MJM Compact 1. This is like a thick boy. And you know I love a thick suppressor, something short and stocky. This is the handbrake, which are actually becoming really popular recently. I see handbrakes on a lot of things now. People tend to run these over foregrips, which is really cool. I love a rectangular, like, can-styled Whisper Pickle. So I saw this and I had to test this guy out. This is the MJM Rec 1. This thing is 7 inches, so honestly, you could probably run a barrel through the center of this if you wanted to. I don't know if there's any foam in here, but we'll take a look. I doubt it. You have the M-Lock compatible vertical grip. This is just like their standard, like a top-of-the-line seller vertical grip. And again, this is just another company that's actually based out of the United States, if I'm not mistaken. They are in my state, which is really cool, I think, if I remember looking at the packaging. We have the vertical grip. This is just like an M-Lock vertical grip, so it's a little bit more canted than the standard like foregrip. And then they even do some cool like mounts. They got like the risers, the double riser mount. They call this the Cobra 35, the dual platform Picatinny riser mount. So that's really cool. So like an EOTech and a magnifier is the word I was looking for. And it shows you all like the measurements and stuff too. So that's really cool. And it includes the hardware, which is awesome. He asked if I needed a tool for it as well. I said no, because I got plenty of Allen keys and Allen wrenches and stuff. So let's start stripping this guy down. We'll pull these all aside and we'll start taking a look at all of these attachments. Check out the quality and whatnot in a second. And while I do strip some of this stuff off, a couple things that I do want to say. First of all, if you don't know already, YouTube hates airsoft. It hates anything that looks like a firearm, hands down through and through, and they always attack us for it. But something that's really cool is a new feature that YouTube's been doing is, I don't know if you've seen it, but there's like the hype video section, and I'm not one to like repeatedly ask people to like, comment, subscribe, because you'll do that if you like the video, and I trust that. But something people don't know is there's a hype section, and if you look right when you're about to go to the comments section, directly to the right, if you swipe the comment section to the right, you'll see hype. And you can hype a video to a certain extent. I think you get like 3 different like free abilities to hype a video every week. And if you go that route and hype the video, it actually helps us a lot. It's going to give the video a little bit of push towards some people that might like it, and even help show it to some of our subscribers, because I feel like a lot of the times too, even with subscribers, YouTube tends not to show our stuff to our subscribers because it just doesn't like our content. That's just what I think. So yeah, swing on down. If you like my stuff, do me a favor, just hype the video. It helps get it to more people, make YouTube more prevalent, and hopefully help release restrictions on some of our videos down the road. So the PubiixCubez, as naked can be, why don't we... Yeah, I have to do it first. I gotta see this fat can. I was really excited about this. I love anything just short and stubby. I've been eyeballing the like Jaeger Precision ones as well. He's got the STFUs. I just like a thick can. I also love the ones that Vorsk did for the VMP one. So these look awesome. If you can't tell already, these are made of a PETG carbon fiber, and they also do like a tan variant, which are made from something else, but I know the black is the PETG carbon fiber. You could always paint over these if you wanted to. They've got 14mm counterclockwise threads. I think they come in a couple different like thread points as well. The actual layer lines are really, really clean. but you can see the seam right here, which might bother some people. And I almost wish there was some sort of like gas porting here. Like maybe just some holes here would be cool, or some sort of like notches or something. It's kind of weird, just like a flat face, but from the side that thing looks awesome. And what they did actually, so I don't get a kickback from this. I didn't need a kickback. I'm happy to give this review for them and showcase stuff, because more stuff in the airsoft market is just better. But if you want to go on, you get a little discount if you type in stupidairsoft. So that's really cool. I'm going to really like this. I know I'm going to really like this. There's definitely no foam in here. I don't know if there's any baffling. I'd like to take that out and take a look afterwards. Look at that chonker on the end of that. That is so cool. I love the chonky muzzle. That is so cool. Threads on nice and smooth. And let's see what else we could throw on here. I imagine, so the bottom is going to be Picatinny. So we'll throw this Picatinny handbrake on there, because the other two grips are M-lock. Why don't I pull this guy out? You can see it's got some stippling on the sides, a little bit of ribbing on the front. It's got a logo, and this is a 2-split design, so obviously this side will pop off. That's cool. Again, being their carbon fiber, they're going to be pretty dang strong, super heat resistant, and they're light too, which is nice to see. Just got to pull out an Allen key, see if this is the right size for it. No, it's a little bit too small. We'll try this guy. That's right up the right size. Now you can see these go all the way through the center. I think we're going to actually have to pull these all the way out in order to put it on. I do like a handbrake. I can't tell. It depends. It totally depends. So something like this guy, I might actually prefer not to use the handbrake down the road, just because with the handbrake, it's nice when you have like an M4 or one of those like the Noveski NWSs where you can C-clip or C-grip. Something like this guy with a chunkier handguard, I tend to prefer having like a foregrip instead. So that might be something that I would opt for. Let's see. This is going to have to pop off, and we'll find the right place for that. So like if I were to run this like a handbrake, I'd want that pretty far back. Probably be like back there. Can I go further back than that? No, we'll go right there. That's probably the right zone for it. And we'll grab this end. Let's see. It's going to go on like that. We'll drop the 2 screws in. I do like the way these look with the PubiixCubez carbon fiber. You know, a lot of the time with prints, like when you see any of the plastic prints with like just an ABS or an ASA or a PLA, General PubiixCubez, I feel like they still look super cheap, but the PubiixCubez carbon fiber, it definitely takes a different route, and it looks a little bit more affordable. Now, not affordable, like a little bit more expensive, a little bit more pizzazz to it. That's an interesting forend. I don't know if I like that combo together. I might prefer just running the foregrip, but I really love that chunky muzzle on the end. That is so weird. And it almost fits, because this platform's very boxy up at the front, so I feel like that round chunk at the end might be cool. Why don't we see what it would look like with this guy on there? Maybe keeping like that rectangular shape might actually be something that I like. What are these? I'm assuming just spacers. Yeah, okay. So I assume, since usually with these guys, what it is it'll be like a threaded cap that goes on, and then these rectangular cans will have a grub screw that screws down into that cap to keep it in the right position, because not all threads are the same length. So obviously it might go on too far, it might not go on far enough. I'm assuming these go around the 14mm counterclockwise thread on the barrel, and then like dependent, like if it maybe sits like this, you can put one of these on it'll reduce it from one full clockwise turn or a counterclockwise turn, and it might allow it to sit more straight. But let's see what that looks like. I feel like that might look really cool on a sidearm. That's going to actually butt up really nice up against the end of this, I think. Let's see. What's cool about the PPK-20 is there's actually an O-ring behind this guy, and it's got like a ring on the back, so kind of acts almost like you would want it to, where there's a little bit of tension, so if you didn't turn it all the way, it won't back thread itself, and also you can adjust the muzzle like this. Let's see. Can we get one full more turn? Still gonna be a little loose. Yeah, okay, so you see how that's like too loose if I leave it like this? I think if we throw one of those adapters on, that will change that. So let's see if we could pop one of those adapters out and throw those on. Yeah, I've always loved cans like this. It's always so cool. It's just that like there's the right and the wrong place. Like I feel like this would look really good on the Vector. I don't know if it's going to look great on this, so I might pull the Vector out in a second and we can look at it on there too. This should just go over the end. Oh, word, and this is threaded too. So cool. I didn't think these were going to be threaded. I thought they would just slide over, but it makes sense that these are threaded because it's actually going to keep it from like tilting and going the wrong direction. It'll make it sit a little bit more flush. Cool. And it's got flat edges in case you need to grab like a pair of pliers. Now, it's got a little bit less thread to grab onto, but hopefully that will set us up in a way. Maybe not. Nope, we're still kind of short here. Just doesn't want to sit where I want it to. Yeah, it just doesn't want to sit. Let me grab the Vector, because I also think it would look better on the Vector. I don't like that on there at all. Okay, let's throw this guy on the Vector. I think the Vector is going to be the one. You can see I already have the O-ring there. You'll see what I mean with the O-ring. The O-ring is going to like, it's going to make it so instead of using those little spacers, you can adjust how much you're going to thread it on, because the O-ring will give you like one, maybe like 1.5 full turns, and it'll keep enough tension to where it's not going to start wiggling around. Like we start to get butt up against the O-ring here, and you can feel enough tension where you can just crank it out, and it's going to stay tight. That's not going anywhere. And besides the shield on the front that I have, that just fits the Vector. Like, I feel like that's exactly where it's supposed to be. Hands down. Boxy suppressor on the Vector. They should make a Dr. Seuss book out of that. I threw the vertical grip on the G&G SMC9, and I figured I'd just do it off camera because you didn't have to watch me diddle around with the M-Lug screws, because those are a pain. Looks awesome. Something really cool too. Here's the standard like vertical. This is the like slightly slanted or canted one. I was looking in the base, and I'll pull a flashlight out. You can see some of the engineering that they have there. Instead of just like a flat platform that those screws go into, there's two hills on either the right and left side that kind of come down like a V shape. So it's easier to get your screwdriver into the ports of both the Allen bolts or the countersunk Allen bolts, which is really nice. Not going to throw this one on because it's pretty much the same thing, except it's longer and vertical. And I was trying to find some stuff for the riser, because I want to throw the riser on, even though I'm not kind of a, like, I like risers, but not like specifically these two-way risers where you could throw two different scopes on. But I did find two that will work together, don't look great together, but a magnifier and a red dot that might actually fit. So I'm assuming you can go both ways with this. Oh, I don't know. Is it? I'm gonna look at the instructions. I think this is your back end, and this is your front end. Someone's probably gonna roast me about that. No, it probably goes like, I don't even know. I have no idea. It looks kind of weird on the top. Maybe it's just because it's the SMC9, but we'll throw it on anyway. Why not? Like I said, it's probably going to look better if I put it on like an AR and not something weird like this replica, but whatever. I think it's just the same. Yeah. Now, my general opinion so far, I think everything is engineered really nicely, and I think all of the products feel and look nice, But when you do get to the website, if you tend to go there and you want to look at anything, the first thing that's going to get your eye is probably the price. I think it's a little bit pricey. Some of the things, like, I think this mount alone, I understand, like, the engineering, the printing, the time, the labor. It probably took a lot, and they did a great job. But I think this was, like, don't quote me on it, probably somewhere between $25 and $35, which is a little bit pricey for something like a riser. I think it goes that way. Especially if it's not going to be like an aluminum CNC riser. But it's an option if you want it. Trying to figure out which direction this goes. No, I think I was right the first time. I think it goes this way. Yeah, it does. Cool. Throw both these on. I almost feel like it does. No, it totally goes the other way. Pop this off. Hold on. I feel like it totally goes the other way. Yeah, we're going to put it on that way. And if it doesn't, oh well. Don't know that it would matter. And then we'll throw the two nuts in the back. And hopefully that'll knock those out. 1 and 2. Okay, so the things that I was going to throw on here, and I think they're actually going to wind up fitting, like height-wise, I have a CV Life magnifier. We'll just toss this on the back. But that did. And then I can always tighten that down. Just tighten that down. Stays a little bit loose. I don't know. Maybe it's just the magnifier. Let me see if the red dot is also loose on there, or if it fits on nice. Everything else wasn't loose, so it'd be a little weird if this is the only thing that's loose. Kind of like sort of line up. Flip this aside from the red dot. That looks absolutely goofy. I would never run it like that. Again, I'm not a big fan of these two-way risers. I like a riser, obviously, to get like the height advantage over the face guard or a face mask or something. But in most cases, it's a riser for a red dot, or I'm just using a long-range scope that's already risen off the platform as is. This is a little bit too high for the barrel, especially if you're going for something like a little bit closer range. You're going to wind up just accidentally shooting a target that you're behind. That does. I mean, it fits. I don't know why this one's wobbly. See, we got that. We got the grip, the handbrake, and the giant can on the front. And then, of course, the pickle on the vector. Just a bunch of cool attachments. It's nice that there's another company out there that's offering a bunch of different customizable options so you can dress up these things any which way. So we've taken the vertical grip outside, and just one last thing, they did not ask me to do this. I just want to see what kind of resilience it has to a BB shot or abuse, because you're going to be abusing this thing. It doesn't feel cheap, and there's no like wobbling or anything. It's not mushy at all. It's rock solid to the touch, but I want to see if it can withstand a BB shot. And again, like I said, they didn't ask me to do this, and chances are it's not going to get shot. But if you have something like the cans up on the front of your replicas and things, well, you're going to wind up possibly shooting the inside of it if like the hop gets messed up or someone's going to hit it while you're peeking around a corner or something. So will it withstand a shot from a BB, especially with the printed carbon fiber? I got .45s in my TAC 41 from Silverback, and let's give it a little plink in 3, 2, 1. Bang. Okay, and that fell just over the wall. Yeah. As expected. It's not going to withstand a shot from a BB like that. It's okay. Again, that doesn't mean it's bad quality. It just means that prints aren't designed to withstand a BB from Airsoft. But with your hand on this guy, can't imagine you'll have a problem. Thanks again for sending it out. Really appreciate it. And again, if you want to pick any of these up, you're more than welcome to check them out. Stupid Airsoft gives you a significant discount. And I don't get a kickback. It's just for you guys. Remember, hype the video, and I'll catch you in the next adventure. Peace.